Somewhere in the sky, one of the billion stars, I'll be watching you and sing lullaby. I wanna be for you, one of these billion stars. Baby, I must say to you, somewhere in the sky, one of the billion stars, I'll be watching you and sing lullaby. I wanna be for you, one of these billion stars. Baby, I must say to you, goodbye.
Presentation, I would like to, I'm going to talk about the marine debris on this session. And I introduce myself. My name is Gede Hendrawan. Okay, on this session, I'm only talking about the introduction of a marine debris. Later on, tomorrow morning, I will talk more deeply about the research has been done by several researchers and also our team that already find out the phenomena, the dynamic, and the behavior of plastic waste in the environment. That specifically will talk about the marine debris in the coastal area. So when we talk about the marine debris, UNEP also dividing kind of plastic into 7 type. First is plastic. There are soft plastic, foam, net, rope, buoys, monofilament, or other fisheries-related equipment, smoking item, and etc. We can distinguishing of this kind of plastic in the environment. If we found plastic, then I think if plastic that abandoned in the environment is new plastic, then we can distinguishing it. We can categorize it in our worksheet if we do monitoring of marine debris in the coastal area, for example, or in the surface water, or even in the river. So yeah, almost all plastic will come with a symbol. Yeah, this in order, actually this symbol on this figure is in order to do how to manage of our plastic waste. So with this symbol, then we will be easier to managing, because each kind of plastic have a different methodology to recycle, for example, or it can be reused or recycle or etc. Then we can doing proper waste plastic waste management. So this symbol is very important. I think in Japan we can already implementing about it, but rarely in Indonesia. Even in Bali, segregation of plastic also one of issue we need to push to our government and of course to our community. For example, due to mechanical breaking of plastic like a UV or wave in the ocean, then it will be degraded into the small pieces of plastic that are smaller than 5 millimeter, then we call that a microplastic. So type of microplastic by shape, this you can see the figure type of microplastic. There are fragment. Yeah, fragment is a kind of plastic that mostly we found in the ocean. Second is a pellet. Pellet actually less of kind of plastic we found on the marine environment. Uh, but if we talk about the microbead, that microbead is a personal care as a cosmetic uh, for for yeah, for daily activity. It will be very difficult to filter it, and it will be going into the river, for example, and then end up into the ocean. But even though this pellet, uh, yeah, very rare, we found in the marine environment rather than fragment. So this 5 common type of plastic we usually recording on the marine environment. So fragment, uh, pellet, film, foam, and fiber. So yeah, I already mentioned it before. I will pass. So the potential pathway for the transport of microplastic and its biological interaction, that's right at all in 2018. The source of a secondary and primary microplastic that end up into the ocean. There's this a schematic figure. You can see that plastic also can be sinking, can be ingested by the fish, and also microplastic can be found in the surface water, or even they are sinking by the biofouling processes, or kind of plastic have a higher density than seawater and will be sinking in the sediment and as a sedimentation in the sea bottom or food vapor. I think that's all of my presentation for introduction of marine debris today. If there's any question, please can you and have your raise your hand.
Okay, thank you very much, Professor Gede Hendrawan. So,
Okay.
well, Well, we still have
Hello.
4 minutes. Any question?
Hello, sir. Can I ask a question?
Okay, please.
Yeah.
Directly.
Please, your name.
My name is Gabriela Aisha.
Mhm.
I'd like to ask about something I've read before. I've read that some people found parts of microplastics inside the sediment in deep sea.
Mhm.
And I think my upperclassmen also made a thesis about that. And I'm asking your opinion. From what I understand, is creatures in deep sea, they eat detritus and things that fall down from the surface. And has there been any projections or something that checks on deep sea creatures if they contain or even eat microplastics at all, because there's a lot of microplastics in deep sea? Thank you, Mr. Hendro.
Yeah. And the research about microplastic in deep sea, not so many. I have not found so many research that's regarding to the microplastic in the deep sea. But one of my students did research in one of deep sea in Makassar Strait, and they found of microplastic there, because of course when we doing research for deep sea, it's a bit expensive because we need a proper equipment to lift up of the sediment into the ship. uh, yeah, in the deep sea, I think very limited biota living there, and of course, it will be one of issue we need to do more investigation about the deep sea research that regarding to the microplastic. But so far, I have very limited information about this thing of microplastic in the deep sea. But of course, some of detritus living there can be one of species will be ingested of those of microplastic. But let me talk that microplastic will be very difficult to reach it the deep sea, but not impossible, because some of microplastic have a greater density rather than seawater, can be sinking into deep sea, or by the uh, oceanographic mechanism, because there are vertical current. For example, in Makassar Strait or in Lombok Strait, because in those area there are strong vertical current because of the seamount or seal there, then there will be also strong vertical to the surface area, and also strong vertical current that going to the sea bottom. So there are two mechanisms: one by the density, the second by the oceanographic mechanism. And how the behavior, how then the biota in the deep sea will be impacted by the microplastic, then we need more research, more investigation for that. Of course, that will be good if we can do the research for the deep sea that related to the microplastic. I have no, yeah, I have very limited information about that. I'm sorry, I cannot answer you clearly about that. But logically, those of microplastic can be sinking into the ship, into the deep sea by those mechanism, two kind of mechanism, the density and vertical current. And second, those of biota in the sediment of deep sea can be ingested, can be what I say, ingestion of dose of microplastic. I think that's all my answer.
Thank you so much, sir.
Okay, thank you very much. So it's very interesting topic, yeah. And that now already 5:41 here in Japan. So
Yeah.
I think thank you very much, Pak Gede Hendrawan. And tomorrow we
Yeah.
can
Yeah,
continue.
yeah.
Professor Tho,
Yeah,
we already finished.
yeah, okay. Okay, thank you very much. Today we will close this program and see you tomorrow morning. Bye-bye.
Yeah. See you.
Bye-bye.
See you tomorrow. Yeah. It's
Thank you,
it's
sir.
Thank you so much, sir.
Okay, see you
Okay, thank you,
tomorrow.
sir.
thank you.
Thank you so
Bye-bye.
much, sir.
Thank you.
Okay.
Bye-bye. Good morning, everybody. Let's start today's program. Today's program, we will start with the continuation of Hendrawan Sensei's lecture, The Marine Debris. So, Hendrawan Sensei, please.
Yeah. Thank you, Sensei. Good morning, everyone. Ohayo gozaimasu. And selamat pagi untuk semuanya. So today I'm going to continue my previous lecture that talk about the marine debris. As I mentioned yesterday also about I want to remind once again that when we talk about the marine debris, that marine debris is defined as any persistent solid material that is manufactured or processed and directly or indirectly, intentionally or unintentionally disposed of or abandoned into the marine environment or the Great Lakes. So today, there is no place on the earth immune to this problem. Every country, every island that I mentioned before, facing this problem. A majority of the trash and debris that cover our beaches could become from the mismanaged waste in the coastal area, like come from storm drains and sewers, as well as from shoreline and recreational or tourism activity. So we all facing this problem. Yeah, I saw this marine debris problem that reported by UNEP in this a bit long time ago by UNEP that every country have their own problem on tackling marine debris problem. So every country have their own characteristic, they have their own behavior, they have their own awareness. We have a gap with the awareness between the developed country and developing country, for example, between Japan and Indonesia, for example. We have a big different characteristic with different number of population, number of island, different the level of education. We have many gap on this. So every country also have their own problem on tackling of marine debris problem on their own country. Yeah, particularly when we talk about East Asian seas, such as Indonesia, Australia, even Japan, also one of country that located on the East Asian. Several researchers in Indonesia, particularly led by LIPI, Indonesian Institute of Science, and at that time I'm also as reviewed this number on 2019, and we got that of a fair number. We combine the data from several researchers in Indonesia, implementing to ban of three kind of plastic in Bali, like plastic bag, plastic straw, and also styrofoam as a food wrapper. Since 2019, mid of 2019, we implementing of the regulation to ban three kind of plastic in Bali province. So when we buy something in the supermarket, combini, so we can't get plastic anymore. So we need to bring our bag from home that can reuse, that not the material not from plastic. So monitoring and modeling of marine debris that's proposed by ACBD in 2016, that monitoring and modeling of marine debris have grown significantly in the last few decades, including in Indonesia or even in Bali, but there are still extensive gaps in our knowledge, particularly for microplastic, transport pathway, and sourcing of microplastic particles. So we need to investigating in the surface water or even in the seabed how the microplastic density there. The use of smart technology and citizen science. So we need to develop the apps, for example, how then the citizen science can have contribution to reporting of marine debris and their location. And third, combining monitoring and modeling information for both marine species and debris type can enable the production of regional or global risk assessment for vulnerable marine taxa. For example, how then from the numerical model, how debris coming from Java, from Bali will be end up. For example, we can identify whether those of plastic will be end up in the coral reef or other area like mangrove or seagrasses. And from the research, we can do a mitigation, preparing the mitigation to avoiding of our critical habitat polluted by the plastic debris. And SCBD also proposing us integrating monitoring and modeling of marine debris. By combining both monitoring and modeling data can provide a predictive tool for forecasting marine debris distribution and its effect on marine and coastal biodiversity. And to tackling the marine litter problem, as I mentioned before, Indonesia, under the presidential decree on 2018, Indonesia has an ambitious target to reduce marine plastic by 70% on 2025. This target now being executed by ministry level, provincial, and regency level. In parallel with that, Bali province in 2019, as I mentioned before, has been issued a regulation to ban a single-use plastic such as a plastic straw, plastic bag, and styrofoam. And we hope all of the effort will success to attain the national target that reduce 70% of plastic waste end up into the ocean. Yeah, that's all of my presentation, Pak Wibin.
Okay. Sorry, it's already 10:41, so we have a 20-minute break. Yeah. So please, if you would like to station here, I would like to show some video also. Yeah.
Ya,
20 minutes.
terima kasih, Pak.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, I will make the breakout room 3. Please, you join again. Similar group. Yeah, I already opened. So please access to the room 1, room 2, and room 3. And maybe directly next, Professor, hello, Professor Hendrawan.
Yeah, Pak Bibin.
You can directly next to lead them,
Yeah.
achieve them, yeah, maybe.
Yeah, okay, I will be sitting each of a
Okay.
break room and I will give a direction to them.
Okay, please, thank you very much. Maybe we still have 1 minute.
Okay. Can you see the?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, for each group need to preparing presentation for the next 2 week. Is it next 2 week, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, the subject for marine debris. On this group, I requested you to explain, the definition, the issue, the global issue on the marine debris. So trying to look for as much as possible of reference that talking about the issue on the marine debris globally. I think you will be very easy to find a journal, report, or kind of explanation or issue in regard on marine debris. If you student from Udayana University can make a communication with the student from KGU, because I think in KGU they will be very easy to download of paper from the Science Direct or other publisher, because I believe in KGU they will be free to download it. Isn't it? Is there from KGU can explain me? You will be easy or freely to download any paper from KGU. Is it right?
Okay. And Will, could I ask you to be the person in charge in number 4? It's not like you propose the idea, but just lead the discussion later on.
Okay. It's okay.
Okay. Because I think it needs all of our participate. Okay. I would read it out again for topic number 1. Explain the definition and the global issue on the marine debris. Point A, the definition of marine debris, Kai-san. Point B, marine debris issue in Japan, Shogo-san. Point C, marine debris issue in Indonesia, Willy. Point D, marine debris issue in China, me. And topic number 2, find out the key issue of marine debris impact on marine habitat. Point A, mangrove, ECHA. Point B for seagrass meadow, Abel. Point C for coral reef, Ole. And then number 3, explain what has been done either by the government, by the citizen itself, by the NGO, or any sorts of organization. In Japan would be Hikari-san, and in Indonesia would be Jovita. And for the solution for all of the issue that we have explained before would be led by Willy. I think we need to meet again in Zoom or any video conference after we complete number 1 till number 3, so we could decide, brainstorm the solution. Is it all right with you with that timeline?
Yeah.
Excuse me, but
Yeah.
maybe I can say this to the yesterday's topic, but how minutes for each topic to make in presentation, or how many slides
Yeah.
or
I think they never told us about how many we should doing presentation. So
maybe 45 minutes for
45 minutes is 30 minutes for presentation, right?
minutes for presentation.
Okay, I think there are actually 10 topic here, so it leaves about 2-3 minute talks for each topic, right?
Okay, thank you.
It's okay for the number of slides. If you want to make it a lot, it's fine, because I think if it's a lot, it could give more space for like pictures or maybe some graphics, so it would help you explain better. Just mind that you have tops 3 minutes for each of you. I think for the solution, we need to be yeah, the solution would be the last topic that we explained on the presentation. I think it would be the weight would be the most at the number 4, because the solution is sometimes the big thing in it. So that leaves, oh, so what's that? Kai-san, Hikari-san, or Shogo-san, any question? No?
No.
Okay. Jovita, boleh? Okay, then it's decided. We'll start at it's actually 10 a.m. at my time. In Japan time, it would be 12, right? It's 3 minutes before 12. We would start at 12 and then come back to discuss it together again at 12:30. Is it all right? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, and wait, Hikari-san, actually yesterday when I'm inviting everyone to Line group, I can't find your Line ID. I don't know. Maybe there are some error when I write it down. Is it correct, this line?
Yes, correct. But I forgot I forgot adding friends. So I'm sorry.
Oh yeah,
Now,
yeah, it's okay.
now I allow. So now okay.
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna invite you.
Sorry.
It's okay. It's okay.
So I just get an idea that after I read the journal that everyone sent in the group, how we just like made it to, in the example in location A, the impact of the marine debris is something like white, and the location B something like white, and C, D, and other locations. Of course, this locations is place for tourism activities. So maybe we have 2 in Indonesia and 2 in Japan.
And
So we
maybe
just state
add
the
one,
impact of.
the international one maybe, but sorry.
Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, it's a good to because I can't think anymore. What should we make in here? Just like after read aloud the journals, it just make me confused.
Yeah, but yeah, the journals are sometimes regionally placed, like the ones we sent on the group. Some are in Australia, some are in some places. So the journal is like they have the places. So it's a good idea that you gave in the Google Slides to add locations regarding the journals. So we can get like a more detailed view on the locations, I think.
Yeah.
And maybe we should also the data inside the journals, we should compare them to the UN's data, like the one quoted UNEP. I think it's UNEP is United Nations Environment Program.
So tasks we need to finish before next week. So please for other participant to write your name on the for the coral environment, marine environment task here in the coral page on the first. Okay, especially for marine debris, if you guys have any idea or any references, you can input the link or the name of the idea or references down here in the Marine Debris page, so we can discuss about it together. So it's easier for us to work on each point. Mao, I would like to ask you something about wait, I forgot his name. About Akamoto. Are you already send the invite?
Pardon?
Have you sent the group invite to Akamoto?
Do you have Akamoto contacts?
Okamoto, yeah, I sent the email to him.
I mean,
Okay.
line. His line.
But he's not replied yet.
Okay.
Okay.
Or we can send the link of our group.
Yeah, I sent the link and
Okay.
today's picture to him.
Okay, start Sensei.
Okay, good morning, everybody. Selamat pagi semuanya. Today you will give presentation about marine debris at first. Good luck and semoga success here. After that, Bibin Sensei will give a lecture about analytical technology for environmental studies. Okay, let's start today's program. Hendoran Sensei, could you please chair this session?
Yeah, thank you for Sensei. And good morning, everyone.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Ayo gozaimasu, selamat pagi semuanya. Yeah, today we're going to have a presentation for each group on this class. So we have a 3 group. Each group will be do a presentation for 30 minutes, and we'll continue for question and answer. The presentation today will talk about the marine debris that I have spoke to you last week, and each group have your own subject, your own cases, and yeah, let me start.
Good morning, Professor To, Professor Hendro, and Professor Bibin. Thank you for your time. And today, this morning, Group 1 that consists of An Agung Ole, Harada Ikari, Jovita Larasati Putri, Kawasaki Kai, Made Prasasti Abelia Oksana, Putu Wilandari, Putu Echa Priyaning Aryunisa, Shiroyama Shogo, and me myself, Timothy Kenoli, would like to talk about marine debris impact, especially in a certain marine habitat. So, without further ado, each of us have a different topic to explain. So, please.
Okay, good morning, everyone. I'm Kai Kawasaki, and I'm going to give you a presentation about marine debris definition. You can see the slide. Referring to the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, NOAA, marine debris is defined as any persistent solid material that is manufactured or processed and directly or indirectly, intentionally or unintentionally disposed of or abandoned into the marine environment. Debris in oceans and seas is an artistic problem. It incurs considerable cost and can have severe impacts on marine organisms and habitats. There are various ways to classify marine debris, but here I would firstly like to classify them into 2 types according to where they come from. The United Nations Joint Group of Experts on Scientific Aspects of Marine Pollution, GSAMP, estimated that land-based sources, the main land and sea-based sources of marine debris can be listed like this: commercial fishing, recreational boaters, merchant and military and research vessels are in the ocean-based sources. We can also categorize plastic debris by their size. Plastic debris at the micro and potentially at the nanoscale are widespread in the environment. Microplastics smaller than 5 millimeter diameter have accumulated oceans and sediments worldwide in recent years, with maximum concentration rate reaching 100,000 particles cubic meter. There will be other ways to categorize the marine debris, and it may connect to consider the effective way to decrease the number of marine debris, I think. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. My name is Wilandari. Now I want to talk about marine debris issue in Indonesia. And I want to present which will discuss more about the major problem and the main sources, like how river make the trash entering the sea. Okay, Indonesia is one of the countries with bad waste management, which is indicate to have the potential to enter the sea as marine debris with an estimate, as you can see in the picture, up to 1 until 5 million metric tons plastic waste available to enter the ocean in 2010 by Jamrek et al. In 2005. Next, please.
This study particularly is studying a lot of monitoring marine debris up to 2016 in China seas in general. So from this study, they categorize beach marine debris into 3 categories, which is beach marine debris, floating marine debris, and then submerged marine debris. We could see at the right side that all of the dots are the station and the monitoring spot of the marine debris. So if we want to look like more specific at certain part, especially in northern part of South China Sea, and in this case, the Shisha Trough, this trough actually is stated to be the sea trough with the highest debris abundance in the world.
Thank you for the time. I will continue to explain about marine debris impact on seagrass meadow. But before that, I will explain why seagrass meadow are important. Seagrass ecosystem exist worldwide and are one of the most productive and economically important habitat in the coastal ocean. Seagrass meadow are the important ecosystem and habitat because they provide a wide range of ecosystem service, including for small-scale fisheries and half-baying dugong habitat for food.
I am Hikari Harada. I will explain about the marine debris initiatives. Firstly, Ministry of the Environment has been providing financial support for projects such as collection, treatment, and curbing the generation of coastal wreckage by prefectures since 2009. The purpose is to preserve the good landscape and the marine environment. Furthermore, deterioration of coastal wreckage in the natural environment. The monochrome photos are before and after collecting the coastal debris at Kamiura Port, Kasaoka City, Okayama Prefecture, in Japan. Secondly, it is the mandatory charge for plastic shopping bags started on July 1st. One is the collection of scattered waste, such as plastic waste, that has been discharged into town and river beds. The above is Japan's marine debris effort. Thank you.
It is quite shocking that according to World Economic Forum that plastic waste from Western countries is poisoning Indonesia. Indonesia has become a dumping ground because since China banned imports of foreign plastic waste. Indonesia has become a dumping ground for plastic from Australia, Europe, and also North America. And the waste is burned as fuel by local communities that causing respiratory illness and other long-term health. And then research shows pollutants have contaminated Indonesia's food chain. Next, please. And the figure on the right side, it is plastic packaging that come from Canada. Then when China turned away foreign waste, the huge quantities of trash were rerouted to Southeast Asia, and it's including Indonesia. And according to Greenpeace report, Indonesia have waste rose sharply from 10,000 tons per month in late 2017 to 35,000 tons per month, and it's last year. And realizing this issue, Jakarta has sent back hundreds of tons of foreign waste to their origin country.
Okay, we have arrived at the last topic, which is the solution that we came up. Actually, we have been discussing a lot together what solution could be appropriate to be used. Our topic are the impact, the marine debris impact to the marine habitat. So therefore, we in the beginning we have two perspectives, which is the solution for managing marine debris before it gets into the marine habitat or the water itself, or the second perspective is the how to manage marine debris when it's already entering the seas. But we conclude that when marine debris are already entering the sea, it's really hard to be managed, and it's almost impossible to completely wipe off the water. So we choose to focus our solution in the preventive type, which is preventing the marine debris itself to enter the seas. Yes, the first and the foremost thing must be raising the awareness, societal awareness, not to use plastic or to reduce the use of plastic. But that alone is not enough. So we come up with a solution that actually been used by the Australian city, the city of Kwinana, as you can see in the slide, which is the mesh filter nets. This net could be very effective at the end of sewage drainage sewers, which is it could filter a lot of marine debris before entering the seas. And it's actually pretty cheap with a high value to cost ratio. In Australian dollar, it would cost around $10,000 per net, but it could be used at many years to come. And so far, this net have been really helping the city of Kwinana, and I think we think this solution could be used in any country, especially to prevent the marine debris entering the sea. I think that's all that Group 1 could explain for this morning. Thank you. I apologize for any wrongdoing in our action or our words. And if you have any question, please just ask away. Thank you.
Thank you for your time. And my question is, I want to know what do you talk in this presentation about? Is there a social economic or something else? So because I didn't know what topic do you want to discuss about in marine debris section? Thank you.
I would like to try to answer, sir.
Yeah.
If I could rephrase it, are you asking about the topic they are given to us by Mr. Hendrawan for Group 1? Do I correctly understand the question, or could you maybe please repeat the question?
Oh yeah, that's one that you already talked about. Is that true?
Okay, we have been assigned by Mr. Hendrawan to talk about marine debris issue, especially the key issue that affecting the various marine habitat. And in Group 1, we choose to present about the mangrove habitat and coral habitat and also seagrass habitat, the effect of marine debris to those three habitats.
I have read the article. The impact on mangrove habitat is in Jakarta, in Muara Angke. There is the plastic waste trapped in the mangrove habitat, and it can make the roots of the mangrove not grow, and the propagule on the mangrove is not growth completely, and the ecosystem then the ants can affect to the reproductivity of the mangrove.
Excuse me, I want to ask a question.
Okay, please.
So I want to know, is the debris only cover and block sunlight to the coral reef, or is there any more damaging effect from the debris, like could they degrade it into microplastic and accidentally digested by the coral? Thank you.
Sir, maybe I will try to answer the question.
Okay, please.
I forgot what article, but I have read one article about yes, the marine debris could be degrade into microplastic, and it maybe could damage the coral reef because we know that coral actually animal and eat plankton, and sometimes when the debris is degraded into micro or maybe nano debris, it could be eaten because the coral reef is mistaken. They think that the nano or micro debris is their plankton, like they maybe could eat the micro or nano debris, something like that. So maybe it will damage the coral, like they may be dead or sick because it the nano or micro debris. Thank you.
So you have 30 minutes for presentation maximum, and then we will continue for 15 minutes for question and answer. Yeah.
Okay. Let me introduce myself. My name is Krishna. I am the leader for the marine debris impact on marine mammals, and these are my group member consists of 8 people. Okay, so without further ado, we are going to start our first topic.
Thank you for the time. My name is Margaret. I would like to share our group presentation, Marine Debris Impact in Marine Mammal. Marine debris is defined as any persistent solid material that is manufactured or processed and directly or indirectly, intentionally or unintentionally disposed of are abandoned into marine environment of or Great Lakes. Anything such as fishing gear, plastic bag, beverage bottle, balloons, food wrappers, and even vessels can become marine debris truck dumping. Improper waste management, litter that is blown or washed out of the sea through storm drains. An extreme natural event which can transport both small and large items in the ocean. Next, please.
Next, I would like to talk about the issues that happened in Hawaii about marine debris that impact spinner dolphins. Next, please. Hawaii spinner dolphins are found in nearshore habitats, such as bays and lagoons during the day and deeper, offshore waters for feeding at night. They feed in water depths of 200 to 300 meters, 600 to 1,000 feet, and along edges of banks. Conditions of nearshore habitat are location dependent, but generally stable. However, development, pollution runoff, and other habitat-altering conditions could negatively affect their daily activities. The condition of their feeding ground habitat is less well known. Studies have shown that dolphins use nearshore habitat opportunistically. Thus, they can shift their locations based on disturbance to the area, making them relatively able to survive changes to habitat. However, the long-term implications of such changes on the life history of local populations are presently poorly understood.
Law of the Sea in 1982. UNCLOS came into force in 1994 and 167 states are party to it. The convention provides a broad legal framework for ocean-related issues, placing a general obligation on states to protect and preserve the marine environment environment it calls on states to address land-based sources of pollution as well as pollution from ships, competed with other states on marine issues, and work to address marine issues beyond national jurisdiction. Some countries also enact laws that regulate the production and use of land-based materials that cause marine debris. For example, several countries have adopted laws that address the potential for noodles to become marine debris. Companies in the United States, Spain, Portugal, Mexico, and Japan have undertaken voluntary noodle management efforts, but some legislatures have passed laws to regulate the manufacture or handling of noodles.
Are there any questions from this presentation?
Excuse me, sir. I would like to ask a question.
Yeah, please, Timothy.
Okay, thank you for the time. We know like marine mammals are pregnant, right? So sometimes they are pregnant. I would like to ask how the plastic debris when eaten by a certain marine mammal, let's say the female marine mammal, and they were pregnant, how the plastic would affect their babies or their babies actually. Does the plastic fragment or plastic debris could be transferred like directly to the babies because from the placenta, or how would it affect the babies? Thank you.
Yeah, please give a direct answer.
Okay, I would like to answer the question. Okay, when it comes to the marine mammals, there's a lot of factors that can give an impact to the baby. And one of the factors is when marine mammals are consuming or even entangled with a lot of marine debris, it can affect their breathing and it's make them harder to swim. But also the marine debris that are indoor in their digestive system could cause a lot of problem. For example, could cause infection, which is makes the marine mammal condition get worse, so it's end up stranded in the seashores. Thank you.
Does the screen is showing?
I got it.
Okay. Okay, so Gabby, please continue.
Okay, so we are from group 2, and today we're going to discuss about marine debris and its impact on social economy and tourism. Next slide, please, Baba. So here are us, me as the group leader. There's Baba, and then Kasasan, and then Hararu. Next slide, please. Jerry is unable to be here today. So there will be Rati, Angie, Monica, and also Stanley. Next slide, Bud. So the key points in this presentation, first will be the introduction. And then the second one will be social economy and tourism impact study case. And the third one will be the solution. Next. Okay, Angie can continue with this one. Thank you.
Introduction. Marine debris is one of the biggest pollution problems facing the world's ocean and waterway today. Marine debris is any persistent, manufactured or processed solid material discarded, disposed, or abandoned in the marine and coastal environment. The 5 main categories of marine debris comprise of plastic, paper, metal, textile, glass, and rubber. Plastics are recognized as the major constituent of marine debris, representing between 50% and 19% of the total marine debris found globally. Next slide. Next, please. The growth of our society ingrains a fast-track lifestyle. Normally, single-use item where we follow the confines of this disposable item. If we look around us right now, we will see a lot of objects that we are going to throw away eventually. This discard object will be the trash that we have an impact on life and the environmental. Thank you.
So in this part, I'm gonna take about the marine debris impact on socioeconomic and tourism, study in case in Goji Island, South Korea. So when we're talking about the marine debris and socioeconomic and tourism, it's a complex things, and we started in the data from the paper we read, the marine debris in 2011 in the Goji Island, South Korea. The location is in the south of South Korea. And as reported in July 2011, the marine debris consist of natural materials and anthropogenic materials. And the natural materials in this picture is one of the results showing that more than the anthropogenic materials, but whether it's organic, naturals or anthropogenic materials, it's all still the marine debris as the pollutions. So the number of marine debris collected in total about 3,000, more than 3,000 tons from the report. So because of this number, it's a really high number. Also, it's estimated influence the tourism activities in Goji Island beaches, and also will impact the economic situations in the Goji Island.
Okay, so I will talk about the Japanese tsunami marine debris that is short to JTMD. So what is JTMD? According to NOAA, or National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, after the earthquake and tsunami happened in Japan on 2011, the government of Japan estimated about 5 million tons of debris was carried into the ocean because the massive tsunami washed them all from the land. The types of debris range from derelict vessels and large floating docks to small household items such as door and also some fishing gears. Based on NOAA Marine Debris Hotline report as of April 2016 in Murray et al. In 2018, vessels are the most confirmed debris from the GTMD. 70% of the GTMD sunk near shore, and so left another 1.5 million tons of floating debris to drift in the Pacific Ocean. This is a huge issue and is concerned because the debris could reach the neighbor countries like US, Canada, and Hawaii. The floating debris also have high implications, especially for the tourism. Marine environment that is used as attraction would be less attractive, and it would lead to decrease in popularity of many specific resort destinations. With the updated modeling effort provided by NOAA, it discovered how GTMDs like small boats and large docks are found ashore in Oregon and Washington. The same model also showed that the bulk of debris is likely still dispersed at the north of Hawaiian Island.
Sorry. The beach, which was felt to be dangerous, were sometimes forced to close, and even the possibility of JTMD arriving on shores can impact tourism may seem less to so with the styrofoam flows and construction debris approaching, and beach closures can result in a decline in visitor fees, while the costs associated with cleanups and disposal of debris, habitat restoration.
China was importing waste plastics for recycling, but since import of waste plastic have been restricted because it was difficult to recycle waste plastic. As you can see from this, reducing is more effective than recycling. Some US companies are reducing. They made my bottle. This bottle is reusable and it can buy the contents when you bring it to the store. Since this disposal plastic is used, it leads to reduce of plastic. In conclusion, I think the solution is to reduce as much plastic as possible until biodegradable plastic become widespread. Thank you.
Yeah, any question?
Good afternoon, sir. I have a question.
Okay, please.
Okay. Thank you for the time. My name is Abelia Oksana from Group 1, and I have a question about the solution of marine debris that from the presentation, there's a solution that we use a biodegradable plastic, but is the use of the biodegradable plastic is the solution, because in some article that I read that the biodegradable plastic are more easily broken into a small piece, so that's can causing more microplastic problem in the ocean. Thank you. Isn't a good solution for reduce the marine debris impact to our marine environment? Thank you.
Yeah, I think interesting question. Biodegradable plastic. At several article, they still use polymer to produce biodegradable plastic. Isn't it will be also more impact for our environment? Please, group 2 to answer the question.
Yes, actually, I haven't read anything about that before. But we also have to choose about what biodegradable plastic that we're gonna use, because some of them are still made of plastic, but some of them are also already made from plants. For example, cassava or ubi. I think some plastic are made of cassava, and they can also be broken down easily. So I think we have to choose the materials that contain plants rather than plastic in choosing biodegradable stuffs.
Yeah, I think we need to have a double check, because even cassava used as a plastic, and several information we got also need a polymer to produce such of plastic. Yeah, but the technology need to be improved, but that may be at the first step. Then we need to improving again, becoming the more environmentally friendly for plastic that we produce in the future. I think that the first step by the cassava or other material as more friendly for our environment, and neglecting or avoiding of polymer in produce of biodegradable plastic.
Can I ask a question, sir?
Yeah, please.
Yeah, my name is Wilandari from Group 1. You mentioned before that is some like import export waste. I want to ask about that. Does actually import and export garbage or waste are allowed by government, or maybe is there any regulation for that? Because the export or import waste maybe has effect for increasing economy for some countries, but that also worsening the waste problem in that place too. That's my question.
Yeah, Gabriela, please answer the question. With your group.
Okay, sir. Give me a minute for finding the answer.
Maybe other member you can select one of your member to answer this, who more concerned with the question that rise up from other group.
I think in Indonesia it's illegal to receive or import trash inside the containers, because when the presentation was written, we saw a news about it, and then now that I'm reading some of our law in Indonesia, it is illegal to transport such waste. I think it's done by some people that are just trying to find money and not trying to save the environment. And I also think that it's bad if we transport or we receive trash from other countries, because not only in Indonesia itself, we also have a lot of trash, but you can imagine how much waste does a country produce in every single day. And imagine if that waste is added up by another country's waste. Unless we have, the country has a program of making recycled stuffs, maybe we can share our waste to them so they can use it for the greater good. I think that's in my opinion. Thank you.
What I say, the regulation, but the policy, and also people awareness, the early age of people to educate them is very important, and we're trying to reduce the plastic debris in the future, where these early age children, then they will, as what I say, they will as important person in the future to managing all of the thing that relating to marine debris. And also they will maybe have a position in the government, in the company, and they will change the mind, maybe when they know early the bad impact of this marine debris, and they will change of our environment in the future, becoming a better than previous condition. I think that's very important, and thank you very much. All of the group have been giving a great presentation, great information, and I hope we can do more discussion in the future. And I hope you all students can do research on this subject, even from socio-economic point of view, habitat, ecology, or even from the material technology. So this marine debris topic ranges widely from environment, material, economic, regulation, and yeah, even cultural, as you already show us how important of this marine debris that will have an impact to our habitat, our biota, or our economic and socio-economic, and also tourism. And I think that's all of this marine debris final presentation today. Good job from you all, guys. And let's we talk more later after this summer school finish it, and we can communicate more through email, WhatsApp, or other devices we can do. Thank you, Pak Bibin. I give back to you for this session. Maybe you will have a break before you move to other subject.
Okay, thank you very much for today. So there's many question and also some argument. So it's very nice, and it is also maybe still it will be our homework, yeah, or young generation.
Yeah.
In the future. So therefore, now it's time for a break. Oh, sorry, it's still morning, in Bali, just 10:30, But here we are going to have lunch maybe because it's already 11:30,
Yeah.
Of course. So thank you very much. So it's still open here. So
Yeah.
thank you very much for that one. So we close this session. So next for 1 hour later on we have some program. Directly from it's my
Okay.
I wanna be for you.